Welcome. In this video, we're going to do a solo playthrough going over how to play MOONRAKERS. So MOONRAKERS is a deck building game with negotiation for 1 to 5 players, but playing solo, there's not much negotiation going on. It's basically do the best we can to score victory points and hope we can do better than beginner, but I wouldn't count on it for this playthrough. But we will go over the steps. Setup goes pretty easily. The boards are really marked what goes where. We're going to have our 3 cost coins, 1 cost crew manifest, and it tells you how to set that up. So we have 3 off to the side. Ship parts, we get 6 on this side. Then our prestige track. For this game, we're going to have 10 rounds, and then we will score victory points. For every point we'll get here, we'll get 10, and then all the coins and things we purchase will be 1 point each. Contracts shows we get 8 on that. Objective vault, we'll start with 2, so we'll draw 3 and keep 2. Then this board is our player board, where we will put our ship parts. It gives us our default loadout, so these are the cards that's going to start in our deck. So go ahead and throw our coins out here. The ones. Then for our crew, give that a shuffle. Then we'll put 3 out for us. So we have Ada, so we're showing their name, their actions, and their cost to purchase. Dana and Sella. Then our ship parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are going to have their name. The additional cards we'll put in our deck from there, their type, cost, and their ability. So we've got some laser turrets, the Duo 1000, replicator, an accelerator, a barrier, and a symbiote. So set all of these off to the side here. Then I'm playing the green. We will start at 0. Our mercenary ship starts at 1. For the contracts, we may take out the 4 of these. So we're going to take out the 4 with 4 hazard dice. Then the rest will get shuffled. And then we'll bring out 8. And these need to be 0, 1, or 2 for hazard dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're looking down here to make sure we don't have any 3s and 4s. So all those are good. So they're going to show you a name, the type, so some things may reference different contracts. So kill contracts, delivery, let's see, explore and rescue. These would be the prestige points we get, coins we get if we're successful, hazard dice, letting us know if we'll take any damage, and the type of cards we need to play. And then some cards will allow us to draw a card from our crew and ship parts. Then our objectives. We'll get 3 of those. We get to choose 2 to keep. So Megaton, acquire 3 Magnami ship parts. So those are going to be the orange ones. Generalist, basically have 1 of each ship part, which might be the better one for us to go through. Specialist, acquire 2 of that type. Well, we'll keep those 2. And all these are going to give us 1 prestige point if we complete that goal. And that goes on the bottom. And off to the side, I have a stack of all of our other action cards. So we're going to start with 3 reactors. When we play this, we'll get +2 actions. 2 thrusters. Play that, we get to draw 2 cards. 2 shields. We play these, it blocks a hazard. And 2 damage. When we play these, does 1 damage. There are some cards that do 2 and some that does 3. And we just have 1 that's a miss, a dead card in our hand. So we'll shuffle these up. And after we get those shuffled, we'll draw 5 cards. Then to set up the mercenary deck, we'll need to gather these cards, which will be 2 + 1 damage, +2 damage. We've got 3 reactors, 3 shields, 2 or 3 thrusters. Shuffle those up. We also get 3 crew to put in here. And we'll set those off to the side for now. So in the normal game multiplayer, when you go on a contract, you can ask other people to ally with you to help out. And you can negotiate some of the rewards with them. So if I was playing with other people, maybe I knew I couldn't do all this. I could ask another person to help and negotiate and say, well, I'll split the prestige with you. We'll both take 1 each. I'll take 4 coins. You can have 3. And we can play the game that way. But for the way it works solo, it's going to have 5 cards out that we can see. And the way the negotiation works for this is if we use a crew member, they're going to take a prestige away from us. For the first card we use from their stack, it's going to take a gold. Second card we use takes 2 coins. Third card, 3 coins, and so forth. So they're taken away from our rewards. When we do not get to do these actions ourselves on the normal cards. With the crew, we do get to use their ability. So that's the basics of that. So on a player round, first option we can go for contracts over here, or we can stay at the base where we take a credit, draw 2 objectives, keep 1, and then we can discard 1 card over there. Then we can purchase items, draw 5 new cards. And then for the mercenary, they will discard their cards. If it's a crew member, it'll go on the bottom of the deck. We'll take the top one off to put in their stack. They'll get 5 new cards out here, and we'll move this further up the track. So we've got 10 rounds to get the most points that we can get. So let's see what we drew into. So we've got 2 reactors, a damage, thruster, and a shield. So we are going to try to do this bounty. So we need to do 3 damage and have 2 reactor cards out here. We start out, we've got to roll our die, see how much damage we're going to take. So we've got to play at least 1 shield. Basically, if we don't prevent that damage, we go back further on the track. We can invite allies. Basically, we can use that as we need to. Negotiate our rewards, which depends on what cards we do. So I've rolled the hazard dice. Now we attempt the contract, distribute awards, and subtract hazard from our prestige. So potentially we can get this and go up, but then if we don't play 1 shield to block force, we're going to lose 1 anyway. So every round we start with 1 action. So I'm going to play this to give us +2 actions. Then we're going to play another one to give us 2 more actions. Play this to do 1 damage. And we'll play a shield to block the hazard. So with that, we've got the 2 there for that. So over here, we'll just need to create 2 more damage. And we've got this card over here. So that's going to be 1 coin off of that. So we've met our goal. So we're going to get the prestige, moving 1 up on the track, and get 2 coins. And one thing I did fail to mention, we start with 2 coins also. So the contract goes to the bottom of the stack. Another one comes out. We discard all the cards we played and cards in our hand. Draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got our miss, thruster, shield, damage, and a reactor. These cards all get discarded. This goes to the bottom of the stack. And 5 more cards come out. So reactor, shield, damage, thruster, and another thruster. And next round. Oh, I did forget. Got a purchase phase in there. Might want to buy something. I'm going to purchase this, so it's going to cost all 4 of my money. So subtract 1 from any requirement. We also get to draw a card and gives us +1 action. It counts as a crew member against some contracts. So now on to round 2. I'm going to go for this one. So 1 prestige, 3 coins, and we have 1 die to roll. Oops, that's not good. Give me a little bit more room to spread my cards out. So we're going to start with the reactor, getting +2 actions. I think we're going to have to risk this a little bit. We'll draw 2 cards, so give this a shuffle. And we've got a reactor and a shield, things we needed. 2 more actions. But I guess to get this to work, we need another reactor. So we're going to play shield and that for 1 damage. Then we're going to take 1 coin for damage over here. So we'll lose a coin to use that. So we've met that objective. So we're going to go up 1. We only blocked a hazard, so we go back 1. And we're getting 2 coins. So next one. That would have replaced. And I think we'll keep it at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Got our 2 allies in there, or crew members. Negate 2 hazard, or reduce the shield requirement by 2. Negate 1 hazard. Play as a damage equal to the hazard negated. One, 2, 3, 4. And 5, and another round. So this is what we have. We're going to risk it here. Going for the refugee crisis. Get 2 hazard dice. All right, just 1. We need 3 thrusters and 2 crew. So we can subtract 1 from any requirement. And we get +1 card and 1 action. We are going to subtract from the thruster. Get to draw a card into a reactor. We get +1 action. We'll go into a reactor. Play a thruster to draw 2 cards. Damage and a shield. Play a reactor. And we'll play the shield to block that. So we need another crew. So we'll go ahead and play that. And we need a thruster. So that's going to be a prestige and 1 coin. We reduce that requirement to 2, and we have 2 crew in play. So we will go up 1 and gain 6 money. Discard everything. So purchasing. So we're going to spend 3 to pick this up. It's going to let us draw a shield card to put in our deck. Once per contract, you may negate a hazard by trashing a card from your hand. That gets replaced with a railgun. Requirement is 2 less for damage if you don't play a shield. But we automatically get a miss and 2 damage. Then I'm going to spend 4. Pick up an accelerator. Gets us a reactor. Our first reactor played gives us an extra action. So in that turn, these 2 go to the bottom. Take the top 2 to the discard pile. And we're shuffling over here. So 5 cards. Couple shields, some crew, and we get 5. Thruster, shield, reactor. Reactor and our crew, and next round. We're going to transport rescue here. 2 shields and an ally. We get 1 die, nice and blank. Subtract 1 from any requirement. We'll take it away from the shields, draw a card, and we get +1 action. Put her shield down, and we made it. So prestige and 3 coins. Let's get a probe recovery. I forgot to replace over theirs. Once per contract, you may play a crew member twice. Oh, that's nice. Call 6. We've got 4. We will go ahead and spend 4 money to pick this up. Our first shield played counts as 2 shields, and that gets us another shield card. It's going to end her turn. Two allies, thruster, reactor, and shield. Couple shields, reactor, thruster, and a miss. And that gets replaced with a sapphire. Next round. See what those things do. Negate a hazard. Requirements for negate 1 hazard. Requirements for shield is 1 less. Get to draw a card and get another action. +2 cards, or optional trash 1 card from your hand. I think we'll go for the probe recovery. And 1. So we'll play that. That's going to give us 3 actions because of our ability. We'll play a thruster, getting a reactor and a damage. Play a shield to take care of that for a 3rd action. Do that, and it's not going to matter because I don't think I've got enough. Well, I guess potentially we could use that to draw into it. So I guess instead of playing those, I'm going to use him. +2 cards, optional trash a card from your hand. We will trash the miss. This is shuffle and draw 2. Need a reactor. All right, we got one. So that gets our 3 reactors. We got the thruster, we've used that, and that's going to cost us a coin. So prestige, we get nothing. We'll get a coin. We do get to draw a card. It can be the top from the parts deck or the action crew deck. See what we can top deck into for our ship parts. So we're going to get 2 shields. Really don't want that. +1 card per hazard dice targeting you. It's not terrible. Finish our end of round stuff. Damage, 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 reactor, and a thruster. Shield, reactor, or crew, thruster, and a shield. Next round. Not seeing anything that's looking good for me. So we're going to go for an escort duty. So we're going to play her, subtracting from the thruster requirement, and draw a card. And we're going to get +1 action. Before we do that, got a hazard die. We get to draw a card for each hazard dice targeting you. So we draw into a thruster, which is great. We roll for the die. That's great. So the reactor, thruster, drawing 2. Well, that gives us 3 actions also. And the other thruster. So prestige, 2 coins. coin. We're going off top of this one. So we got a scout. Look the next 3 cards in your draw pile. Play one without an action, discard others. So 3 money. Just hold on to what we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damage, reactor, 3 shields. I think we have too many shields in our deck here. All right. Crew, thruster, some more crew, shield, and a reactor. Round 7. Let's see. Probably a mistake. We're going to go for proof of life. 2 hazard dice, so we get to draw a card. Actually, +1 card per hazard dice, so we get to draw 2 cards. A reactor and another shield. We're definitely going for help. +3 cards, requirement for a thruster is 1 less. So 1, 2, and 3. So we've got our crew, a thruster, and a reactor. We'll play him first. Look the next 3 cards in a draw pile. Play one without an action, discard the others, and it gives us +1 action. So 3 cards. And we really need to draw some more, unless that helps. Subtract from any requirement. We are going to play her, and she does not cost an action. So both of those still gives us 2 actions left. Subtract 1 from any requirement. We'll subtract from the thrusters. So we need 4 reactors and 2 thrusters. Our first reactor over here, which is going to give us 3 actions. 1 is going to be to draw 2 cards. Into more shields. That is too many shields to have in your deck, FYI. So then we'll react into another reactor. And we're going to have to pay a coin and 2 more coins. So we've got those 2, -1, -1, and 4 reactors. So we made it. So 3 prestige minus the 1. 4 coins minus 1, 2, 3. Ending our turn. Get to draw 5. Start with the reactor and shuffle. So 4 more cards. And yeah, I'm not purchasing. So shield, reactor, and 3 shields. That's a problem for us. So we advance the round. Next contract is a shield and a reactor. Let's see, over here. We're going to go for the cryogenic pods, and we will be asking for help again. 3 hazard dice means we get to draw 3 cards. Got our crew, thruster, and some damage. All right, so 3 damage coming our way. Looking at our next 3 cards, play 1 without an action, and he gives us +1 action. And I think we're going to take our other crew member. I'm going to discard pile there. Subtract from any requirement. We'll subtract from the reactor, draw a card, to a thruster. We'll play that one to give us 3 actions, this one for 2 actions. Our first shield we play counts as 2 shields. So there's 3 of our 4 shields. Play a thruster. So that row is done. We still have 3 actions on that one. We get to draw 2 cards. Play a reactor, and then 2 shields on that one. So we made our requirement here one cheaper, so 1, 2, 3, and we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shields in play. So 3 prestige, 1, 2, 3, 7 coins. Now, one thing I'm not sure about is if I blow one of these up, I don't believe I get the coins for it. That's why I'm not buying any more parts. Even though I would love to purchase that one. Plus, that would get us one of our goals. I guess 1 prestige is better than 3 money. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Spin 6. Once per contract, you may play a crew member twice. Each use requires an action. So we'll replace this one. Actually, no. That doesn't get us that one. This one's the one we need, so we'll do that. That just costs us 3. We get a thruster. Discard 2 of the same card as 1 action and play as a shield, thruster, reactor, or a damage. And now we have done the generalist, so that's going to get us a prestige. All right, draw a card. You got a shield. 4 more cards. Reactor, damage, reactor, and another shield. Shield, damage, shield, crew, and more damage. Move the track up. We're going to go for Pirate Treasure, all by herself. So, rolling 1 hazard die, 0 damage, getting lucky on that. Play a reactor, another reactor, that counts as 2 shields. Get a prestige, takes us to 11. 2 coins. Let's see, what's that come out? All players can play 1 damage without using an action. That gets swapped out. And we shuffle. All right. And this is our final round. Got a thruster, reactor, Lee Van Crib, and 2 shields. Let's see. Play as a shield, reroll any number of hazard dice. Play as a 2 damage or a shield. So I think I can do everything but the thrusters on that one. Don't see me getting a damage. Fairly too easy. 3 crew I could do, but probably not the reactors. Reactors is a problem, way too much damage, so I'm down to the easy ones. None of the easy ones give us prestige. Well, last round's going to be boring. By herself. That's at least worth 3 victory points. So playing a reactor and a shield. We're done. We get our 3 coins. We'll go ahead and consolidate, trade all those in. And scoring. So scoring. At the end of the 10 rounds, each prestige point is worth 10 points. So we've got 110 points there. Each credit is worth 1 point, and we add the total value of ship parts and crew with any remaining unspent credits. So finding our crew. So there's 6. We'll just do it with coins. And 8. So there's a nice even 20. And there is 7 more. So 34 plus our 110. So what's messed up? 144, so novice. Not terrible. We'll take it. And that's the basics on how to play the solo version of Moonrakers. So my initial thoughts on the game, first starting with the components. I think the components are top notch. I mean, the base game comes with the metal coins, little plastic ships. All these boards are great quality. Rule book's fairly easy to go through. So no real issues with the rules. I mean, got a nice glossary in the back. Everything else, I've got good descriptions, well laid out. So then getting into gameplay, I will say this. I don't think this is a solo game that's going to keep much interest. I mean, it's fun, but I think the real aspect of this game is having a group of people around, trying to convince them to help you go on a mission, and everyone's secret objectives. I think there's at least 1 or 2 in here to where they're trying to make you lose, so there's not some trust in there. I mean, it benefits most people to help, but you kind of want to do it all yourself too. So solo, it's an okay game for 3 to 5 players. I think there's some additional rules if you go 2-player. Really hadn't read in to that. So yeah, with 2 players, you're still playing with a mercenary deck, but you still get to negotiate. So I think that'd work pretty good. So yeah, 2 to 5 players I'd recommend. Solo, possibly. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.